Hey, good day to you all. Astrology of the Soul. And today, the 5th of April 2019, we have a new moon in Aries. This is a special one. First and foremost, I can't believe we are in April already, like April 2019. It's like, quarter of the year is gone already. It's like, wow, frightening. Time flies, right? I take it we're having a lots of fun. That's why time is flying, because they say time flies when you're having fun. But back to the new moon in Aries. The new moon is a time of new energy, hence the term new moon, which is a 30-day cycle. So we have a new moon every 30 days. And this new moon, because the new moon essentially is about a time of starting new things, starting new projects, initiating new endeavors in your life, this one's very potent because it happens to be in the sign of Aries. And Aries by nature, being that it's the first zodiac sign, the first sign of the zodiac, it inherently has a nature of pioneering, initiating, leadership qualities, potency. That's the way the Aries energy is. It is the sign of the ram. Aries is that time of the year, for us, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, that coincides with the season of spring. So this is when the flowers are starting to spring up, hence the term spring. This is the time when the animals are coming out of hibernation to come and welcome the new. For many of you, I'm sure you've been hearing more and more of the birds tweeting early in the morning. They've come out of hibernation, and we'll start to see more, activity even in the animal kingdom, and even amongst human beings. Because it's getting more brighter now. We're having longer days. It's becoming more warmer, so people are kind of coming, coming out, bringing that initiating energy with them, that beginning. So this new moon really marks a very, very important time. So if I bring up the chart here, and you can see this here, where I'm moving the cursor here, this is the symbol for the sun and moon. This is the sun, this is the moon. They're both at 15 degrees of Aries. That's where it's taking place, where the new moon activity is taking place. So this is what it is. So it's a new moon for everybody, regardless where you are on the planet. It's not for a specific group of people or anything like that. It's for the whole world. And this can be a time when we can initiate new things. Like I said, it's pioneering, because the new moon is of that energy anyway, and that new moon in Aries is definitely going to have that energy. So it's quite, although it can be quite impulsive, but nevertheless, it definitely has that potency and that initiating and new beginning energy that is a part of it. The new moon, it was exact this morning, round about 10 minutes to 10, about 9:50 BST time. So wherever you are in the world, obviously this was, I'm broadcasting this from London, UK. So I'm using BST, British Standard Time. And that's when the new moon took place. So let's just have a few things just to say, based on your zodiac signs, how this new moon and where you can tap into particular energies, new energies that can benefit you in some way, shape or form in your life, where you can put those energies. So for the Aries, for example, Aries, you get the first house, you're the first zodiac sign, it's in your sign where it's happening. So for Aries, it's all going to be about the body, it's also going to be about the appearance, because it's in the first house. It's really a double whammy for you Aries people. This can really be a potent time for you Aries people, where you can really initiate new things in your life, new endeavors, new projects, and things of that nature. Also, it's about the physical body. So this could be a great time if you wanted to join a gym, perhaps, if you wanted to get your hair cut, you wanted to change your whole outlook on life, or the way you the way you approach life physically, you know, so changing your wardrobe, changing your hairstyle, changing the way you look. This can be a time to do that because you have an immense amount of energy that's going to be urging you to, to want to do that. So that's very, very positive. If you are a Taurus, for Taurians, you get in the 12th house. The 12th house can be a little bit tricky. It can be a little bit confusing, but essentially it's about really finding yourself in the inner world. Perhaps maybe taking up some maybe spiritual pursuits. That would be good for 12th house activities. Finding new rituals to do that allow you to put you in contact with the inner world of yourself. To deal with maybe subconscious matters. It's a great time for reflection. It's a great time perhaps maybe for getting into things like meditation, yoga, or any kind of discipline that allows us to reflect. It's a great time to perhaps maybe go on holiday, but more of a retreat holiday where you can retreat from the world and look at your own inner world as to what is going on. So that's what it's going to be for you, Taurus, as you're going to get the 12th house. For the Geminis, you're going to get the 11th house. So as Gemini, as you get the 11th house, that's a great house. It's the house of good spirits. It's the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. So a new moon there can allow you to plant new hopes, dreams, and wishes, how you want a life to be, or how you view life, what it is you're aspiring to be. That can be great. The 11th house is also friends. It's also friends, it's acquaintances, it's groups, it's your networking arena, how you network and who you network with. So with this new moon in Aries, you can perhaps find new ways to network, find new ways to connect with that can build your networking arena, and that networking arena can provide something very, very positive for you. At some point in your life, further down the line. So definitely you want to look into that. But anything that you've wanted to hope, you've been hoping, dreaming, and wishing, this is a particular time where you can really go for it, where you can really initiate that, that mental thought. Then we have Cancerians. Cancerians, you're going to get the 10th house. So Cancer, it's all about the 10th house. It's about work. It's about career. It's about status. It's about your public image. So a new moon in Aries can really initiate and give you some fire. I was about to say flower there. I know, but it will give you some fire, some potency, some urgency to perhaps, this could be a great time to change jobs, to look for something new in your life. This could be a great time to, if you're already in a job, perhaps maybe get a promotion. You could still stay within the same company, but you could get a promotion. So it'd be wonderful for that, for you Cancerians. So definitely you want to be looking into that if that's something that you've been thinking of doing. But it's all about your career, your status, your public image, and that's where that new moon energy is. If we go for the next fire sign, which is the Leos, you're getting the 9th house. So for Leos, it's about broadening your perspective, broadening your horizons, travel, going to university, higher knowledge. These are the things about the 9th house. So for you Leos, if you've been, you may be traveling over, the next month, or something that you really highly be considering. This new moon in Aries can really urge you, push you into doing that. Perhaps you wanted to go back to university, you wanted to learn something to broaden your perspectives, maybe learn a new language, anything that broadens your horizons, broadens your perspectives. This is what it is about, you see. And because the 9th house does rule foreign travel and foreign countries, that's why I said the foreign languages. This could be great if you've always wanted to learn a new language. This would be a time to start, especially as a Leo. Then we go on to the next zodiac sign, which is the Virgo. For Virgos, you're going to get the 8th house. The 8th house is it can be a very tricky house, another difficult house also as well. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem for you Virgos, because you like to get down into the nitty gritty. But the 8th house is to do with other people's resources, other people's money. It's to do with money that you didn't have to work for, or resources that they're not necessarily yours, but yet you can benefit from them by tapping into them. So a new moon there can initiate, perhaps, you may be getting a new loan, a new mortgage, or something of that nature. You may have to, you may enter maybe a joint enterprise with somebody. It can initiate that. You see, because the 8th house is really a place where we really go in deep, and we have to really deal with very, perhaps maybe difficult and issues where we have to develop a real deep sense of trust and things of that nature that we've got to deal with. So it does have positive and negative aspects, the 8th house, but essentially it's to do with other people's resources. So there can be new ways of initiating yourself where you can perhaps benefit from other people's resources. The next zodiac sign, which is Libra. Libra, you get the 7th house. You're the opposite sign, obviously, of Aries. So you get your own natural house, in a sense. This is the house of relationships. And Libra is the zodiac sign that is connected with relationships. So with this, again, there could maybe be like something impulsive that drives you, that pushes you towards having a relationship, getting a relationship with this new moon in Aries. So there can be a new relationship that's being formed. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one. It could be a business one, could be a close friendship one. But it could also be to do with signing new contracts also as well, because the 7th house is also contracts. So there could be something new in and around that. That's urging you, that gives you a great initiating energy to do something where you sign a new contract. So again, look into that as a Libra, but also look around your area of relationships. You're going to find that there's more of a dynamic energy, a new energy there that's stimulating something to do with a new relationship, or on some level. Then we move to the next zodiac sign, which is Scorpio. And Scorpio, you're getting the 6th house. This is the house of work, everyday routines. And again, because it's a new moon in Aries, there's something urging you, ushering you to bring in a new energy in and around your workplace. Perhaps change what it is you do on a day-to-day basis in terms of what you do, your work. It can be changing work, so there's opportunities for you to change work, or you could stay in the existing work, but nevertheless, there's a new energy that needs to be coming in. The 6th house is also to do with diet. It's connected with health, illness, and disease. So there can be an energy here that can allow you to perhaps maybe change your diet habits. Not to say that, there's maybe hundreds of Scorpios watching this. So, bring in something new. We can always improve. And there can be also be situations where we can bring in new energy also around work. So it's around work, it's around health, but it's around those day-to-day routine things that you do. Change them up, bring in some new energy in and around that. Next zodiac sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're getting the 5th house. 5th house is the house of fun, it's the house of creativity, it's the house of children, but it's also the house of talents also as well. So for you Sagittarians, this is a good time to perhaps initiate something new projects, something, new creativity. It could be something creative. Maybe you've got written a new play, or you've got a new, because the 5th house is also connected with talent. So there may be a talent that you've known that you've always had it, but sometimes it can be coming through. So maybe you were a good writer, or you was a good teacher, but it's something you put aside. This can be a time where you can really, you can really develop that and say, right, let me do it. Let me do this new project. Let me do this new way of teaching. It could have been playing the guitar or something like that, and you pick it up so there's a talent that can be re-emerged, rediscovered, and this new moon in Aries is urging you to, hey, go out, initiate it, and bring it out there. So it's something creative. You see, it can be a new hobby. It could be something, but it's going to be something fun orientated, something you enjoy, something that gives you pleasure. And that's what that 5th house essentially is about. Then we move on to the next zodiac sign, which is Capricorn. Capricorn, you're getting the 4th house. Capricorn is about the home, new energies around the home. It can be a great time for you Capricorns to perhaps move home if that is something that's been on the cards. This is likely going to happen during this particular period while we have this new moon in Aries, especially over the first 2 weeks, because that's when it's really potent. So moving home, or if not, just changing the dynamics in the home. You know, maybe you want to change your settee, or just change the blinds, change the curtains, have a new carpet, you know. But the domestic arena, a new energy is, is coming in. So that new energy can allow you to, bring about new things. Next zodiac sign is Aquarius. Aquarius, you're getting the 3rd house. So it's all about your traveling. It's all about how you're commuting. It's all about how you're going to and fro. It's about your thinking, because it's a mental house. It's a mental arena. It's the house of Gemini. It's to do with siblings also as well. So what you're going to be finding is that there's going to be a surge of energy in and around siblings. Perhaps maybe you see them more. You haven't seen them in a long time. And there's a energy that, you know, is sort of like urging you, pushing you, or pulling you into a particular direction where you connect more with the siblings. Also, this can be a time maybe for driving a new car, taking a driving test, starting learning how to drive if you're not already driving. If you're already driving, you've already got a car, like I said, you could be getting a new car, or finding new ways of commuting, buying a bicycle, whether it be a motorbike or a push bike, in terms of how you commute also as well. 3rd house also has a learning element to it too. So it can be going on a course, joining a short course, finding new mental interests, you know, new ways of thinking about new things. So the mental arena also becomes very, very active for you Aquarius. And last but not least, but the Pisces, you get the 2nd house. This is the area of money, finances, security, self-esteem. So this new moon can be providing a way for you to usher in new ways, new energy in how your spending habits, how you make money, and how you spend them also as well. Perhaps maybe you need to be a little bit cautious, because it is a Mars sign. The Mars sign, especially Aries, of the two, can be a little bit like, you know, dynamic, and it can be a little bit impulsive. So you want to be careful that you're not spending too much money. But there's going to be something, a sense around security over the course of the next 2 weeks. That is going to, what this new moon in Aries essentially is about. But regardless of your zodiac signs, on a whole, it is a great time to start to push for new endeavors, new projects, begin new things. You know, it's almost like we've got to put on the warrior's hat for this new moon, to catapult us into the outside world. This is the time where we become individuals. You know, Aries is the zodiac sign that says, I am that I am. So this is the month where we become, I am doing this, I want to do this, that's where I want to go, nothing is stopping you. And that's what this new moon in Aries is really about. We are unstoppable as a people, wherever you are on the globe. It's all about initiate anything. Maybe you've had something that's been on your mind, or you've put it aside. Here is the time where it's like, wow, you want to go, you see. So there's an immense amount of energy out there at the moment that we can all tap into and we can all utilize for our own benefits, to start a new project, to lead, to pioneer something, to begin something, and really get it done. So on that note, astrology of the soul. If you were, well, it's too late now, I suppose, if you was watching this on Twitter or on Instagram, but do follow my link. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do support. Every little helps, as they say. So I'm taking on all subscribers. And I'll be keeping you updated with the next planetary alignment in terms of what's going on with the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. I'll be keeping you updated. Astrology of the soul. On that note, have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. And enjoy this new moon in Aries. Thank you.